Links in the description. If you do like this video, this topic, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. I typically read through an article the same day that it's published or perhaps the day after, and they're typically true crime of a dark nature. This is a pretty dark situation here. It involves I'll give a trigger warning first. It involves the raping and murdering of a 13-year-old girl in Vienna. I'm not going to read through the full article. It is quite a lengthy article. But I'll be reading through probably the first half, the first third. So I do encourage you, if you are interested, to have a look at the article. Again, links are in the description. And I will mention that this has a political aspect to the subject, as it involves an immigrant or immigrants. So, I'll probably be bleeding my political views into the reading of this somewhat, and you may disagree with my political views. If you do, that's fine, of course. Hopefully that doesn't deter you from sticking around with the channel. The channel migrant welcomed to Britain and put up in a hotel who stands accused of raping and murdering a 13-year-old girl in Vienna. At a popular tourist haunt in Vienna, the handsome Afghan refugee in a blue denim shirt and shorts poses by the side of a bridge overlooking the river boats on the Danube Canal. The picture of him looking relaxed and confident was taken last summer, just weeks before he became the prime suspect in a crime that has shocked Austria: the drugging, rape and suffocation of 13-year-old schoolgirl Leonie Walner, whose slim body was found wrapped in a roll of carpet dumped under a tree in central Vienna. Within hours of the terrible discovery, Rasuli Zubadula had run away, dodging Austrian police. He fled hundreds of miles to Dunkirk in France, evading a pan-European manhunt for him, before boarding a trafficker's boat across the Channel to Britain. Arriving in Dover on the Kent coast, he duped immigration officials by claiming asylum using a false name and was put up by the government in the Ibis hotel in Whitechapel, East London, which is being used to house migrants. There's a picture of the victim, Leonie Walner, raped and murdered, suffocated, aged 13. Back to the article. Acting on a tip-off from Austrian authorities, British police found him hiding in a room at the hotel in late July, little more than a month after Leonie's life had been snuffed out. Next week, Zubadula, who celebrated his 23rd birthday in October, will face a London extradition hearing when Austria demands his return to Vienna for questioning about what court papers state is Leonie's murder during the early hours of Saturday, June 26th, at a refugee's apartment in the city. Her battered corpse was found just 330 yards from the apartment by a passerby at 6:55 a.m. that morning. The Daily Mail has seen Leonie's official autopsy records, which include DNA samples linking her abused body to Zubadula and a group of young male refugees that were also living in Austria, as well as to the apartment and the roll of carpet. The Daily Mail has tracked his path out to Austria through the city of Innsbruck and across Western Europe by train and bus, as he escaped justice with one thing in mind: to reach the United Kingdom and evaporate into the overstretched asylum system. So this is the alleged accused murderer, rapist and murderer of a 13-year-old. I believe my interpretation from what this has just said, it does seem that the Daily Mail is insinuating, perhaps insinuating that other migrants were also involved with the murder, perhaps the rape and murder of young Leonie. That's my interpretation of what the Daily Mail may perhaps be insinuating. I cannot confirm that. On July the 18th, Zubedullah managed to enter Britain under false pretenses on a trafficker's boat. He is one of almost 27,000 migrants, the majority of them young men of various nationalities and with backgrounds that often remain a mystery, who have sailed on rickety crafts from the French coast and have been given refuge in the United Kingdom in hotels, hostels, and former army camps. Alp Mehmet, the chairman of Migration Watch United Kingdom, said that the asylum system fails from the moment a boat carrying migrants reaches the United Kingdom shores. Here's a quote from the chairman of Migration Watch United Kingdom. The border force has no way of checking the identity or background of those coming in. The migrants routinely destroy their documents, they give false names, and there are so many young men that there is scarcely time to interview them before they are able to enter Britain and be put up in accommodation at the taxpayer's expense. As I mentioned, the article does go on in quite a bit of detail, both in regards to the migration, illegal immigration issues faced by the United Kingdom and other parts of Europe, as well as go into further details about Leonie's encounter with the alleged rapist and murderer. I'm going to wrap the article up there. Quite obviously, condolences to the victim. A tragic case. The condolences to the victim's family, of course. Prayers to the victim, I should say. Absolutely horrific. The alleged is still on the run, essentially. Hopefully he is extradited so that he can be adequately investigated, and let's hope that justice is served. And if it is the case that this man is responsible for the rape and murder of a 13-year-old innocent child, then we hope that the devil, that Satan, has a special place in hell where he can stay for the rest of eternity.